Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited to share this specific decoration. I'm always excited for my videos and my options, but for this one it holds a special a special place in my heart just because I'm absolutely obsessed with the movie Elf. I know it's like a hit or miss for a lot of people, but for me it was a hit and I always grew up watching this. So here it is. If you guys have not watched the movie, you're probably like, why is there some spaghetti looking thing on there? You gotta go watch the movie in order to understand. I'm sorry. But you just want to do a dollop of literally just frosting. Here I'm using buttercream in my recipe. I know I have to edit the chocolate recipe because that one I haven't uploaded. But my vanilla one is on here and my vanilla buttercream. But literally just, add a dollop of frosting, and then you want to go in with this other tip, which I'll leave everything down below. I really can't remember at the top of my head, but it's more of a grass tip, and then just literally go back and forth zigzag to create that spaghetti look for it. And then you just want to add M&Ms and marshmallows, and I added mini chocolate chips. He does eat it in the movie with chocolate syrup, but I felt like it was going to take away from my cupcakes and maybe make it look a little bit messy, so I didn't want to do that. So I went ahead and added the chocolate chips, and I feel like you can still tell what I'm trying to go for. So these two middle ones will be just with the big tip. I believe it's at 849, but those doesn't matter because it's going to have a topper. And then here I'm just creating a Santa hat, which I want to share with you a little error that I did, but it's super easy to make the Santa hat. I used the 1A tip, I believe it is, and then just for the little Santa little white ball on top, it's just the 1M, sorry. So here I was like, well, I need to add the white border on it to make it look more Santa because it doesn't look too Santa. Well, I did that, but it looked too squished on there. So it took away really from the cupcake, so I ended up taking it away. Thankfully, it's very forgiving, and you couldn't even tell that I messed it up. And I do know that these cupcakes do have a lot of frosting, but keep in mind, for decoration like this, you kind of do have to use a lot of frosting. If you try and avoid it, then the decoration's not going to look real nice either. So it's kind of like, pick your battles. But here I'm finally doing the little elf hat, and I'm using the 1A tip for the green, and then for the yellow I'm using 2A, I believe. It's a little bit smaller, and then I will go ahead and add a little red feather he does have. I feel like if you wouldn't put that, you probably wouldn't have known it was him, or who knows, but it really adds to it. It's a little leaf tip. Like I said, I'll leave everything down below. Oh my god. So as you guys know, when he's coming from the North Pole to go meet his dad to New York, he does pass through this candy cane village. So I decided to add that and incorporate that into my cupcakes, and I just added this sugar sprinkles. They're not really sugar, they're more sprinkles. I feel like if you would add sugar, it'd melt and it wouldn't be very tasty either. So make sure you get sugar sprinkles. And I just popped on some candy canes. I decided 3 is what looked best, but you can kind of see how it looks with 2, and you can decide for your own, but 3 really make it look that much better. And you just want to literally shove it in there. I do fill all my cupcakes a day of. Well, actually, these are actually filled. They're with the chocolate filling that I purchased from Amazon. I'll link everything down below. And I know you guys always have questions. Oh my god, where's your stamps from? It really just depends. But these are personally from a bake store. It's on Instagram. I try to support small businesses as well when doing my options, because I know how nice it feels, to be supported, but I also want to try to incorporate them as much as I can and still trying to keep it affordable. But the very good ones, like toppers or more elegant toppers, you're going to find on Etsy or Instagram small shops. So I also get questions on the painting on this. So the letters are painted with poppy paint. That's what I personally use, for the red, the white, the black. And as you guys can tell, hopefully you guys can tell, but the OMG Santa, I know him, actually has his face, and it's not a regular O on there. Of course, like I said, if you haven't watched the movie, you probably didn't even realize that. Or hopefully you guys, let me know. Can you tell that his face is there? Because I was so nervous, like, when painting these. They really do take up some time. And the gold part is actually just your typical luster dust. Like I said, everything's will be linked down below. But these did take a lot of time. I believe it took me about 15 to 20 minutes just literally to paint these. Even using smaller brushes, like, it's still very, very time consuming. So my typical dozen, half dozen, is $24, and then one full dozen is $40. But I really, really, truly, my heart believe these cost at least $26, just because of that extra timing with all the letters and everything. So I don't know, I'm still debating on how much to charge for these, but as you guys know, my standard price is $24. So you might see that a little bit different on my Instagram page, where they'll go up to $26, not because my prices went up, just because this specific design. So I hope you guys liked my video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. I haven't seen anyone here on YouTube recreate this, or really Instagram. I've only seen one person. So I hope you guys like my twist to these, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. So I also wanted to go ahead and just go over this little topic, since I did get the question, and since this video is very short and simple, I did want to answer this. So I got questions of, well, why are you recommending transparent clear boxes, like the cupcake boxes, but then you also put the white boxes? Like, I guess she was confused and doesn't know what to do at this point, what to invest. And I've always made it clear that for my hot cocoa bombs, I personally like to package them in cupcake boxes, but preferably I do use the clear ones. The reason that I do that is just so my cocoa bombs don't, roll around back and forth and all that jazz. But as far as cupcakes, now I do prefer using white boxes. Why? Because I feel like naturally it just looks more elegant. I really don't know what other way to put it. Here's this order that I did. And as you can see, it ties it up. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you're going to see that the very first cupcakes that I did back when I started posting again about cupcakes on my Instagram was for Halloween. And you guys are going to see that. And just go take a look and see the packaging, how it looks, and then look at the white packaging. And you tell me which one you prefer. You can use white boxes. You can use brown boxes. Either of them just generally look best for cupcakes. It's just a presentation issue. Really, you can use whatever works for you, whatever fits your budget. I personally like using these white boxes, but keep in mind, they do have a window, so you can see the design right through it. They are pretty tall as well, so especially with frostings, like especially this elf decoration used a lot of frosting. Do you typically need that much frosting on a cupcake? No, you don't. But unfortunately, for the design that we are going for, it is impossible really to use a little bit of frosting. And if you do, it typically just doesn't look right. So go big or go home, like they say. I hope this does answer your guys' question. Another thing that I do want to mention is, obviously, I personally use the snap, share, and tag little cards. I always forget to put them, but I do have them, and I'm gonna try and be better about that, to put on my orders once they pick up. Why? It just helps you, because a lot of the time they do post your work, your cupcakes, but then they forget to tag you, which is totally fine, right? But maybe an extra little reminder helps them, and then hoping that you can get a little bit more of exposure. Also, my paper liners, they're always going to be white. You're really not going to see me use multicolor. If someone wants a Frozen theme, I'm not going to go buy purple ones just for them. I personally, my pantry, everything in my kitchen is full to the top. I'm stacking one on top of the other now. Like, I am so blessed to have come where I am right now and have the things that I do have. I have so many molds, so many colorings, paints, so many goodies, right? But if I decide to, change up the theme for every single person, that's just going to add another pile of unnecessary things that I don't need. Because why? I do feel like the whites, they look okay. You really can't really even see the paper. It kind of just turns transparent, honestly. And then there's some paper ones, the colored ones, that sometimes they have a different texture. So sometimes your cupcake sticks. And I know for a fact that my cupcakes do not stick to paper liners. So when it does that, I do know that it's from the cupcake liner itself. But also I wanted to mention, make sure you guys have labels, warnings, that kind of stuff on your cupcake boxes when handing them out, like allergies. Make sure that you do put, it's made in a kitchen, or that you do work with nuts, because my customers do ask me, is it nut free? Yeah, technically it is nut free. My vanilla chocolate recipe does not use any nuts. I've made sure to look on the labels of my stuff, and unfortunately some of them, like the cocoa powder, does say that the value size is made in a facility where nuts are worked with. So there's always that little percentage of cross-contamination that you really don't want to be held accountable if something does go wrong. Or even like in your kitchen. I personally don't use a lot of nuts, but I do know that I've made like peanut butter cookies before, and you just never know with cross-contamination. Like I said, the recipe itself, you might clean everything, but you just never know, so you should put that on there. Also, you work with meats or whatever, if it's not that you don't work in a kitchen, in a commercial kitchen. So I hope you guys take that in mind for your business. Make sure to add that all into your packaging, just to cover your back. It's just for your own self.